Cynthia Alexandria. Thank you for tuning in again today. Today was a beautiful day. It is still a beautiful day. It's nice and early today. I hope that you are having a great time wherever you may be. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So today I want to talk about not feeling loved by your friends and your family, and what you can do to feel love. So all of us have this experience of life. If you're here today, you are going down a journey in which you've had things happen to you, things that you've agreed with, things that you didn't agree with. We all have these feelings that we may belong or we may not belong. So specifically, I want to address when you don't feel loved by the ones that are closest to you. For an example, family. You don't feel supported, when it mattered to you. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have experienced that in our lives where we felt that our family wasn't there for us or just didn't care about us or anything like that. But what can we do about it? You're in this place where you feel lonely, even though there may be people around you. You're not alone, but you feel lonely, and you're in this place of sadness, and you're wanting to be, and you're wanting to fit in. So I recently put out a video called Decluttering, How to Declutter. If you are having any issues with that, I would like to ask you to go back and reference to that video, because I speak more in detail about people being in your life that really don't need to be there. Or sometimes you may have to distance yourself or step aside, or tell people they got to go. So check out that video as well. But I'm going to address a little bit of some of the topics that I did speak on that video. But I want to talk about mainly what to do when you don't feel loved. The first thing that we need to do when we don't feel loved is look at ourselves. Reflect back to yourself from within. Why are you not feeling love? Let me tell you something. Yes, people can love you, and it feels great when they do. But if they never loved you, if no one ever loved you, you have to love yourself. Everything you need, everything that you want starts from within yourself. So ask yourself, what is it, even if you have to pull out a notepad or something, write these questions down. Write what your thoughts are, what you're thinking about yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you know about yourself, what you're feeling, everything. Look in the mirror, start self-reflecting. I'm very big on self-reflecting, taking the time to step back and look at yourself. Because a lot of the times we think it's other people, but the whole time it's really us. Everything is starting with us. Even the people that we attract starts with us. The people that we are attracted to starts with us. The people that we're surrounded by starts with us. So look at yourself. Ask yourself, what is it? Why am I not feeling loved? Because let me tell you, if you only had enough love for yourself, it really wouldn't matter if nobody else loved you. Now, in my life, I'm telling you this because I've experienced this. I've experienced being in relationships and not feeling loved. I've felt, going through, growing up and having certain things happen in my life as a young adult in my 20s that I didn't feel loved by my family or supported the way that I should have been. But guess what? I can sit back and I can blame everybody else and say this is what, that, and this and that. But you know what? It wasn't until recently in my adult life, not in my early 20s or whatever it may be, but I learned that my experience is my experience. I create my experience. I can't go around and say, oh, this person, the reason why this is that is because this person did this to me or this person has done that to me. I have to take responsibility for what I have done in my life and where I am in this life. Yes, things may have influenced situations or certain outcomes, but ultimately, I am in control of how I see things, how I perceive things, how I experience things, and how I continue to move on from things. So we got to step out first. When we're looking at ourselves, we need to step out of the victim mentality. Yes, some things may have happened to you. Yes, you may have gone through some things. I have gone through some things. I have a friend that I grew up with. She told me a couple of years ago, and shout out to whoever you are, if you know who you are. She said, "Oh, you've had a very eventful life." Yes, I have, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But at the same time, I'm going around thinking that because of this that was done to me is why this is happening right now. No, I have to look at myself, take myself out of, remove myself from that victim mentality and trying to blame somebody else. No, don't blame anybody else. Yes, we all go through some things, but we have to own our mistakes, own our lesson, own our experience. When we truly want to own everything that has happened to us, we can start setting ourselves free. We can start learning to love who we are. Because I had a lot of stuff that I was blaming people for, or blaming if this wouldn't have happened, or if they wouldn't have did that, if they wouldn't have said this or whatever. Yes, I can go around my life and say, if that, if that, if that, but guess what? I still am responsible for what it is that I do, how I choose to see my experience, how I choose to grow from my experience. We got to step out of that. And if you're in denial, a lot of times we're in denial about something. We're in denial. Oh, it had nothing to do with me. It was because somebody else. That's denial. Basically, if you give me a piece of candy, I can take that as you being sarcastic. I can take that as you think I'm a fat pig because I want to you trying to feed me. I can take it as you're being sweet or kind. I can take it as you have an ulterior motive. Anything like that. I choose my experience, how I choose to perceive things, and how I want to respond and react, and how I'm going to create something else from that which was given to me or offered to me. So I can take it and make it a lovely day. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. How kind are you? I can be like that. Or I can be like, okay, what? Why you give me some candy? You think I'm fat? You think I want to eat all day? You think I'm Miss Piggy sitting up on the block? So it's however you want to perceive it. So choose to take yourself out of that victim mentality, remove yourself, and start with love, because all you need is love, and it starts from within. And a lot of times we're going around, we're so feeling unloved and whatever. People can see that, and you attract whatever it is that that attracts you. So if we're going around and we're all sad and lonely, the happiest people are not going to want to be around. They're not going to be attracted to that negative energy or that depressing energy. So if you're upbeat and you're alive and you're bubbly and you have that inner love, that say, hey, you know what? I accept my life. I accept love. I accept love for myself. I love myself. I accept everything that I have done, everything that I've created. Yes, I may have made some mistakes. Yes, I may have had some bad times. I have had some good times. Guess what? I own all of it. I own my own experience. You know what? And start changing your thoughts, your mind, what your mind is telling you. Because a lot of the stuff that our mind is telling us and that we're allowing our minds to feed us is their lies. So once we start self-reflecting, start thinking about and paying attention to what your thoughts are. What are you thinking on a daily basis? What is consuming your mind? Oh, this person doesn't love me. They don't love me. I'm down. I have this problem, or I don't feel good about this. Change that. Accept everything that you have. Accept every part of yourself. I had to learn to accept that and start to walk in confidence, because you know what? I could not be confident and not love myself enough that when I go out, You can feel my energy and it's not a good energy. I can do that. But if I start to love myself, I carry myself in a manner which, you know what? Yes, you can give me your love, but guess what? If you don't give it, I'm okay. I don't have to have it because my love is just as good enough. So, or better. So, when you have that, you still go about your life and you're not worried about what other people may feel, see, or do. Yes, because that's your family or your loved ones, you're thinking about it, but it won't consume you. Because you can still live your life. You can still go on about your life. So first, look at yourself, self-reflect. Ask yourself questions. What's going on with you? What is it that you're not accepting about yourself? What is it that you don't like about yourself that you have come to? Sometimes we have a lot of self-hatred and we need to let that go. We need to let that go. We got to own everything, every part of our being, every part of our experience. So once you do that, start that. Figure out what your thoughts are. Change them. I love life. I accept life. Life is great for me. Life is lovely and joyful. Start changing your expressions. I love myself. I am beautiful. I do feel confident with myself. I accept all of my mistakes and my flaws. I welcome the opportunity to learn and to experience and to grow. Say all of those things. I forgive those who have hurt me. I am not holding on to resentment and bitterness, but I love. Start doing that, and guess what? Your walk is going to change and people are going to see it. And when you do love yourself, it's like you carry yourself in a way to demand that is given back to you. So, not saying that you have to go and tell people, oh, you're going to love me. You're going to love me. No, you carry yourself in a way that if people are going to be around you, they're going to love you. Because guess what? You love yourself. So, do that. And, forget about, for this time while you're self-reflecting, forget about everybody else. It's time to focus on you, because this is where the issue lies. It's not in everybody else. I thought for many years that it was with everybody else. That, because this person did this or they said that or whatever it is with them. No. You get to the point in your life. I hope you get to the point. And if you're doing self-reflecting and self-growing, you will get to the point where who cares what they say? Who cares? You know what? Because I'm doing me. I'm living out of my box. I'm not going to stay in that box that people have previously defined me or said that I only fit in. No, I'm going to walk around, and if my mom chooses not to love me, my dad, my brother, my sister, whoever, guess what? I love me. And you know what? It has to come to that point where regardless of what you may feel that you're getting from everybody else, your life does not revolve on what they give you, what they say, what they do, but it's about you and how you experience things and how you choose to interpret those experiences and how you choose to respond and react to it. So challenge yourself. I would say right now, if whatever works best for you, whatever note-taking method you use, pen, paper, your phone, whatever, ask yourself these questions. What am I not willing to accept about myself? What am I choosing to deny about myself? What am I in denial about? What am I hating about myself? Why am I this way? Why? And go on with your life. And let me tell you, if you are happy enough, people you will attract that happiness. You'll be drawn to the other people that are similar, that are like you. So if you don't have friends, like the person that actually is asking me this question, if you don't have friends, become happy. Love yourself. And guess what? People that are similar to you will be drawn to you. So if you want depressing people around you, go ahead and be negative and stuff, because negative people usually like negative company. They don't want nobody that's too happy. A lot of times in my life, I've been told, oh, you're too positive. You're so positive. It's great to be positive. That means you're always looking on the bright side. And guess what? Isn't the bright side great? It is so great. Who wants to be always like, oh goodness, always talking about somebody, always downing somebody, always talking about how bad something is, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying don't help people when they need it. Always help. And this is what I'm doing. I'm choosing to create my life in a way that I'm helping people, helping others, giving to somebody. But no one wants to be around a bunch of negativity all the time. If that's how you are, guess what? You're going to attract people that are negative. Both of y'all can have negative parties. Throw one, a big celebration where you just get together and you talk about all the negative opportunities and experiences you had and how you're going to continue to be negative and stay negative. But if you want to be happy and be positive, think on the bright side. Think about all of that, because you know what? All of this negative stuff, when we are actually negative to ourselves, it affects us. It affects our mind. It affects our body. And it starts this, manifesting itself in sicknesses and illnesses. So a lot of times when we're experiencing sicknesses is because something inwardly that is going on, that we're allowing to build up within the inside of us. So self-reflect, get out of denial, choose to start loving yourself, walk in that confidence, change your mindset, figure out what thoughts you're having that's causing you to continue down that road. Change them. Start changing them with the opposite of what you're thinking if they're negative. And you'll get in the habit. And if you have to say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, say it enough until you believe it. I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved. And guess what? You do love yourself. Say it until you start to believe it. And guess what? It'll show. You'll start attracting those friends, building those great relationships, and your family will start to notice. And then it's going to demand that when they're in your presence, you're going to demand that energy. That's just how it is. Like when I go places, I could care less. Usually I'm the only one, the first and only one up on the dance floor. It's hundreds of people there and nobody's, you hear the music and stuff going, everybody on the side. But you know what? I'm the only one in the middle of the floor. And guess what? I don't give a damn. So I demand the energy. And so when people see me, guess what? And they see that energy, they're attracted. They get up and the environment is changed. So you be that change. You start that change. Don't wait for anybody else to row your boat. Row your own boat. Don't wait for nobody else to start your party. You start your own party. Do not care what other people are doing. If all of them are on the sideline, in the back of the wall, let them be. Let them be. That's for them. But for you, you have to start. Start your own experience. Change your own experience. I used to be that way. Like, it was something always inside, wanted to just get out, but it just couldn't. And I used to be the one just, waiting for everybody else. But guess what? Now, I do not wait. I do not wait. Usually, people calling me to get the party started. And I'm like, okay. Because I will be in there and I don't care. And that's where you have to get to the point where you don't care what people say. You're choosing to love yourself. You're choosing to step out of that self-defeat, that self-pity party that you're having and say, you know what? Today is a new day and I'm looking on the bright side. Okay, so anyway, thumbs up, like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell if you want to be notified anytime I release a new video. I do usually release a video every week. But anyway,